welcome to the Franklin Special District and welcome to Frank Talks, Franklin Tomorrow Frank Talks. I'm Mindy Tate, CEO of Franklin Tomorrow, and I've met many of you. And how many of you, this is your first time attending Frank Talks? Great, what a great turnout. And we hope, whether it was the topic or the location or that it just worked out for you to be here today, that we'll see you again soon. We do Frank Talks on a monthly basis at different locations across the community. I don't remember where we are in June. Emily would remind me if I didn't know where we are in June. She's so good. We're hoping to be at the Enrichment Center next to the library and have a City Hall on Wheels project with Eric Stuckey as mayor. Talk a little bit about the budget for here today to learn about how the Franklin Special District is reaching new heights. And so we're excited to be here this morning. I'm going to bring up Nancy Conway to do our Did You Know segment.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to see you, and it is also wonderful for all of us to be at the special district. Gee, that's no flip around. That's all I'd have to say. Okay. But with that said, each month, I give a quiz question that relates to the program topic and what's going on. And of course, we know that the Franklin Special School District, as it was called, was established in 1906. And believe it or not, it was established by the Franklin Board of Mayor and Aldermen. So, we guys that are on that board today, just remember you made this back then. Okay, a lot of things have changed since 1906. But, so move along, and here's the quiz question. And Mindy will help look and see who answers the question first. It's not to get prize. She's not telling it prize. But whoever wins it, we'll find out. So here you go. What was the location of the first scheme? That was in Franklin. That was a part of Franklin Special School District at that. Yes.
Ellie, 5 is what started?
Now, see? Well, that's partial. Does anyone want to make that totally correct? It was at 5 Publix, but it was not where the post office is today. Okay, George, thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. As I said, we do Frank Talks on a monthly basis. Franklin Tomorrow, our mission is to engage the community, foster collaboration, and then advocate for a shared vision for the future of Franklin. And we like to keep most of our events free, as many of our events free as possible. And the way that we do that is with the support of our partners, and we have great partners for Frank Talks and as sustaining members of Franklin Tomorrow. Sustaining partners. Lighthouse Energy, I don't think Christina or anyone from Atmos is here today, but Atmos is a great community partner and is a sustaining partner for Franklin Tomorrow. Also, Reagan Smith, we've got Scotty Burnick in the back. Hey, Scotty. Reagan Smith is a Pate Dawson company, and they are one of our sustaining partners for 2025. And then finally, one of our sustaining partners is Williamson Health. And I'm bringing up Greg Torrey, that got video, and Greg just township. That's the what going to get the press and Greg or what's on it? Down cloud is wet.
They know show you how to read that. Good morning on behalf of the 2,300 employees of Williamson Health. I am delighted to be here. Before Disney told you to turn your phone, I want to know how many of you realize that May is better sleep month.
And
Who was looking at their phone last night till they got dropped off and Sleep Month by taking a look at this video reminding you about how to get better sleep and not use that phone right up to bedtime.
So looking at your phone, screens right before bedtime is really not a good idea. It does emit blue light, and that sort of light is really disruptive to allowing your body to get ready for sleep. So you don't release your sleepy hormones. You're not going to be ready to fall asleep the same way you would if you've had that exposure to the screens in the hour or two before bedtime.
If somebody wakes up to go to the bathroom, if they check their phone, that already your brain gets activated, and already it's going to take you longer to fall asleep than if you just go to the restroom if you need to go and then go back to sleep.
Bedroom should be quiet and dark. Don't do things in bed that disrupt you, like don't pay your bills sitting in bed, don't watch TV in bed if you're having trouble sleeping.
If you are determined that you're going to surf the internet, either get specialty glasses that have blue light lenses that decrease the amount of light coming through to the retina of the eye. And all electronics now have dimness settings on them where you can dim the amount of light coming off of the electronics to the eye. Or the other alternative is simply to just turn them off and not use them during sleep.
Thanks so much, Greg. For me, it's what the temperature in the room is, and one benefit of living alone is that I get to control the thermostat, and so last night it was at 62. It was so humid. It was terrible. So we just, it was one of the benefits. Few benefits, but hey. So I wanted to ask, do we have any alumni of the Franklin Special District here today? Lynn, Margaret, great. We've got a few. Great to have you here. And then what about FSD parents? Do we have FSD parents? Great. All right, good. Well, we're so excited to present Frank Talks today. One, as I mentioned, we have our sustaining partners, but we also have our presenting partner for Frank Talks, and that is Renaissance Bank, located on Columbia Avenue and in the Cool Springs area. And Diane LeBlanc's going to come up, and then we'll play a little funny video.
Good morning. Thanks so much for being here. It's great to see such a big crowd this morning, and appreciate you coming out. And I wanted to just take 2 seconds. She didn't know I was going to do this, but I just want to recognize Mindy. Mindy's going to be honored tomorrow with Women of Distinction, and we are so proud that she leads Franklin tomorrow. I know she hates that, but I wanted to say that. Any self-employed people in the room? Well, just a funny video this morning. This one is going to tell you some things about self-employed borrowers that you won't experience at Renaissance Bank in our mortgage department. But thought we might need a few laughs today. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, I'd like to buy a house. It's a great time to buy a house. Here's all my info. Okay. Congrats, we've secured a pre-approval. Wow, that's great news. So we can get the house? Well, not yet. Oh, but I'm gonna get the loan, right? Because you said maybe. Oh, you said I'm approved. That's a pre-approval. Pre-approved, so that's just a word that doesn't mean anything. Pre-approval, okay? Well, here's the house we want. Okay. Oh, very nice. 2-bedroom, 800 square feet, listed at 1.5 million. It's a great market. Yeah, is it? Well, your credit score looks pretty good. I mean, you've owned your current house for 14 years. You ever missed a mortgage payment? Nope, not once. Wow. How much money do you make? It's in there. Oh, nice. I do okay. How long have you been in your current job? 6 years. Well, you should be good to go. Oh, wait, I forgot. Where'd you say you work? Oh, I'm self-employed. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. What's wrong? I thought I was good. I don't know what to do. Okay, we need your W-2s. I don't have W-2s. I'm self-employed. What do you mean you don't have Who pays you? Well, I pay me. Where'd you get the money? From the work I do. Right, so who do you work for? Myself! Robert. Yeah, I got a guy here that says he's self-employed. Why'd you do this? We're gonna need your Schedule K. Yeah, it's in there. And 2 years of bank statements. They're in there. Okay. Oh, boy. It says you have a late fee at the Sullivan County Library. What? When? 2014. 10 years ago? Yeah. Underwriting's going to want a letter of explanation. I forgot to return a book. They charged me a fee. Uh-huh. And what was the title of the book? I don't remember. Why does that even... Oh, here it is. Squirrel Mating Habits, a Complete Guide. We had a side hustle breeding squirrels. We got scratched up, had to stop it. Okay. All we need is a simple letter explaining why the book was late, along with a synopsis of the book, its location in the library catalog system, and maybe a signed letter from the author. How am I supposed to Don't forget your Schedule K, and Schedule C, and 1099s, and Form 941, and your bank statements, and your birth certificate, driver's license, your blood type, fingerprints, time of your last bowel movement, the strands of your hair, and Netflix password. What? Oh, and your W-2s. I don't have to.
Oh boy, that was fun. And probably true for many of you. And then finally, our coffee sponsor, who we're very appreciative of, McDonald's, here in Williamson County, the franchisee Lion Leadership Group. They are great to a number of community organizations and partner with us to provide coffee at all of our events. And so that's really super nice. And that reminds me, if you're a Franklin Tomorrow board member, would you please stand just quickly and let us see who you are? Great. So thank you so much. Great. So we are, many of you participated in the early part of the year in our Healthy Democracy project that we're doing with the National Civic League. And one of the components of that is we're repeating our I Voted sticker design contest. There's both a youth and an adult category. And we'd love to have your entry by May 30th. There's a lot of information on our website, or we can email you a form, send you the link to do that. These stickers will be printed for this fall's Franklin City election, which will be for ward candidates. We've got Mayor Moore here, who's not on the ballot, right? And I see Alderman Matt Brown is here. I don't think there are any other aldermen here, but Matt is, oh, wait, sorry, Ann, I overlooked you, sorry. So Ann Peterson, and the election will be October 28th. And so we're trying to get these printed and available, and they'll be used for those who go to the polls either in early voting or on Election Day on October 28th. For Franklin Tomorrow, that means we're going to move Breakfast with the Mayors. Is usually that last Tuesday in October, and so we're going to move it to October 21st if you want to change that in your calendar, if you put the dates there, but we'll still be at Rolling Hills on October 21st. Great chance for something fun to do. There are prizes, and then you get to see this your example printed on a sticker and people wearing it around town during Election Day, and that's kind of nice as well. So we're really excited about that. And last week we opened the email box that those go to, and we were like, okay, great. We've gotten quite a few entries in the youth category, so looking for a few more in the adult category as well as in the youth category. So I'm going to introduce Reaching New Heights with Franklin Special District. I'm going to introduce Franklin Special District Board Chair Robert Blair, who is going to then take the program on and introduce Dr. David Snowden, Dr. David Esslinger, and Dr. Mary Decker. And some other people. So Robert, come on up and let's get started on how Franklin Special District is reaching new heights.
Thank you, Mindy. We appreciate everyone being here with us today. It's an exciting morning for us, and thank you to Franklin Tomorrow and their board for coming to our facility. As you see, this is a great facility, and you'll hear more about that as our panelists talk. I think Mindy already introduced them, but that's okay. We'll reintroduce them again. We are a board of 6, and we consider ourselves a board that works very well together. We have students in mind. Education is our priority. We have a couple of board members here that I want to introduce, if they would stand and wave. Ms. Alina Bell is our vice chair. And Mr. Kevin Townsend is my the board secretary. And so again, we're thankful for you to come out and just enjoy this special program on Franklin Special. We think you're excited about what you're going to hear today, and we just appreciate again Franklin Tomorrow and Mindy and the staff and the board there for coming out and being with us. And sometimes if you get a chance, we'd love for you to take a tour. We have a building here, and we have our maintenance and transportation building. Some of you saw on that end. To that, I'm going to introduce the Director of Schools for the Franklin Special School District, who has been named the Director for the state of Tennessee, the #1 director. He had that distinguished last year, but we still think he's the best. So, Dr. David Snowden.
Thank you, Mr. Blair. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here today. Franklin tomorrow, thank you for bringing the road show to the Franklin Special District. We're excited everyone is here. I want to also just say a word about our board because they are they have such foresight. I don't know if any of you have been to our Performing Arts Center over close to between Freedom Middle and Poplar Grove. It's an amazing facility. This is an amazing facility. I know you're just seeing one part of it today. But it is really transforming the district. Before, we had people scattered all over the place. I'll give you a quick example. At one point, if I'm in my office and technology, you know, we all are very dependent on our technology, right? So my technology, if it were to go down before moving in this building, I'd call Drew Bingham, who is our Droogle. Instead of Google, he's our Droogle. He knows all things tech. And he has a great department as well. I would call him. It may take 15 or 20 minutes to leave Freedom Middle. He's got to walk to his car, come down. So the other day, I don't know, probably a couple of months now, I called Drew and I said, Drew, I've got a problem. I need some help with my technology. And I look up 30 seconds later and he's standing in my office. So that alone, the efficiency, the effectiveness of the people working in this district that provide support for our schools and our students and our teachers is phenomenal. So our board had the foresight of not only the PAC and a gymnasium at Poplar Grove Elementary, but this facility as well. And I'd like to, and we have 3 board members who are not here. They're at their paying job. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, Franklin Special School District board members, it's truly a job of service because they don't get paid one dime. So we have Robin Newman is not with us today, Tim Stillings, and Dr. Alicia Barker. Collectively, they make up one of the best, I think the best school boards anywhere, regardless if it's in Tennessee or another state. Let's give them a round of applause. I would be remiss, I know Mindy asked about some folks, but I know we have some former FSD teachers. So I want you to stand or wave or just so we can recognize you. We're very proud of our former teachers and our current teachers as well, obviously, but very excited. Also, you met as you came in today, part of the teaching and learning team as they were signing people in, and I wanted them to have an applause for them as well because they do such a great job. And their main responsibilities are not to greet you, but they just took time away to join us today. So we're a great team. We feel like we have great team members. Whatever needs to be done, people roll up their sleeves and they get it done. So that's how we work in the Franklin Special District. And you will hear from these 2 colleagues in just a moment. Mr. Blair mentioned, or Mindy mentioned, you got Dr. David Esslinger. He was a former principal in this district, assistant principal and a principal. Now he's associate director for finance and administration. And then Dr. Decker, Mary Decker, she's associate director for teaching and learning, and you'll hear from them shortly. At this point, I know you want to hear some more about this building, so I'll turn it over to Dr. Esslinger.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our home. Sometimes we feel like we do live here. So I was part of the construction team that has spent the past 4 years building this complex in partnership with Wold Architectural Firm as well as Nabolt's Construction Company. They are the partners that we've engaged with to build this place. And our board had a vision, and the vision was to create a space where all of our district level staff can work on one complex. And because a large part of our district, as Dr. Snowden mentioned, historically had been located in school buildings taking up instructional spaces. throughout the district. For example, our maintenance and facilities and transportation departments and their staff, including the bus fleet, all operated from the campus of Freedom Middle School. Took up a lot of parking, took up instructional space. We also have several members of our teaching and learning team who were housed in schools across the district in classrooms. So in 2021, April of 2021, the FSD board elected to purchase this 5 acres here on Eddy Lane, and we began phase 1 of this project, which included the renovation of an existing steel building on the site to create the Facilities and Transportation Center, also known as the FTC, which is the big, beautiful black building to your right. The FTC houses the Facilities and Maintenance and Transportation offices. It includes locker rooms, a driver's lounge, a large multi-purpose meeting space, and a bus lift, which is a very fun toy. If you've never seen a bus lift go up and down, it's pretty phenomenal. The FTC is 12,400 square feet and was completed. Phase 1 was completed, and we moved in April of 2024, just a little over a year ago. Phase 2 of this project was the construction of this state-of-the-art central office building. And the primary goal of this space was to unify all district staff into one location. This 38,390 square foot building has proven to be an incredible work environment, better than we ever dreamed it could be. And one of the key features is that each private office has access to direct sunlight. That's important. We had several people in offices previously who never saw the sun. They had basement offices, and you can imagine it was I won't call it depressing, but it's much better when you have sunlight in your office. To achieve this, we had a large interior courtyard built and in the middle of our building. We have ample storage rooms, 4 conference rooms located throughout the building. And also, some other important features is this incredible leadership room. It's a multifunctional space where we have our board meetings, professional development takes place in here, and we also have our leadership team meetings in this room. The building also includes flex spaces where staff can work independently or in a collaborative environment, and they are used every day. Those flex spaces are very neat environments. We have a fully equipped wellness center located on the 2nd floor, and it's open to all FSD employees, complete with locker rooms and showers. We have a media production room on the 1st floor designed for video and audio production, and a beautiful break room with a full kitchen. And of course, we have access control systems in place that afford this building maximum security for our staff. Phase 2 was completed at the end of 2024, and we moved into the space January 6, 2025. And as you can see, this building, this central office complex, was designed to serve the Franklin Special School District for many years to come, and we are very, very proud of it.
Thank you, Dr. Esslinger, and we certainly appreciate his leadership in the development of this facility as well as the Facilities and Transportation Center. He was a huge influence and had a lot of responsibilities besides his other responsibilities. So he is pretty happy that this process or project or the projects have been completed. Let's talk about our brand refresh. And we took this project on in school year 22-23 is actually when we started, with some help and our friend Metal 5, Matt Brown and his group. They have been a great partner in this. And we decided to embark, and this actually the topic came up of a name change, or at least take a look during a board retreat. And the whole idea was to maybe do away with the word special. take special out of the Franklin Special School District. So we thought, okay, well, let's start on this, embark on this journey to see what happens. So it was very exciting. It was very thoughtful. We thought it was very forward-thinking in looking to change our brand, even though our brand was not bad. It was a little dated. Our logo was, what is the term? Clip arty, even though I loved it. It was an adult holding a child's hand. I mean, how much better can it be with an education? But I went a little kicking and screaming, but we got there. It was fine. And also to transition from our legal name, not transition, we will always be the Franklin Special School District. That is a legal name created by the legislature. And so we just are doing business as, so to speak, as the Franklin Special District. But the campaign, this whole campaign was to modernize our image, clarify our mission, and also hopefully address some misconceptions about the term special. So where did we begin? First of all, we did a lot of research, quantitative and qualitative research. We did a full, as it says, brandscape analysis. Okay, what is it about our brand that's good? What is maybe not so good? What do we need to change? What do we not need to change? And a key component of that, and we also wanted to, during this stage, we wanted to find out what is our competitive position in education environment. What was our individuality? What did we look like? So what visual identity did we have? Which I love the logo that we had I said at one point. So these brand audits that were conducted, we had teachers, we had other employees, we had focus groups of parents, we had realtors, because we needed to know what other people thought about the district, both good, bad, as I said earlier, how to change, what we needed to change to better our brand and to be a better school district. What we found in that is really a hidden gem. Now, we were well known by many about our academic excellence and our philosophy of teaching to the whole child, but there was still some confusion about the word special. And I'm going to ask the question just to see how many of you know why special was or is in the legal name of the Franklin Special District. I know Mindy knows. Anybody else? Marion knows, I bet. Marion, you're relatively new to us, so why is special in our name?
I hope I don't mess this up, but this is the way I describe it to churches I work with, is that there is a special act of legislature, I believe in Tennessee, that allowed tax dollars to be diverted from Williamson County into the FSD that allows Dr. Snowden and everyone else to do the work.
That's pretty close. It was created by a special act of the legislature, so that's why it's called special. That's why special is in the name, in case you did. However, we believe we are special for lots of other reasons, and as we got into this, Matt and Metal 5 convinced us or talked to us about it, and we bought into the fact that let's accentuate, let's embrace the term special, because we are special and we feel like we offer some special opportunities for our students. So that's how we got to the name change, or looking at the opportunity to do business as. Then we transitioned to a brand strategy workshop. This workshop included our board members, teachers, other classified employees, parents. And so during this workshop, that's when we examined or analyzed our core values and what the community aspirations were, and to determine what would our brand promise be. And also during this workshop, we discussed possibly identifying some personality traits of our brand, such as to ensure or to help us figure out, okay, how are we going to, what tone are we going to use for this brand promise, and also our messaging for the brand promise. So out of this workshop, And out of all the research and the focus groups, we landed on this as our brand promise. Very concise, it's very ownable, and it's very aspirational when you look at it. Students first, excellence always, no exceptions. And that's what we believe, that's what we strive to provide each and every day for our students. As we mapped out the rebranding components, we knew that we wanted to have an updated or redesigned logo, an updated signage, and also a very comprehensive communication strategy. And one of the first things we did is we launched a brand new video in August of 2024, and you'll hear a familiar voice for some. Some people thought it was another person, but one of our parents, current parents, Jay O'Shea, in a musical group. Some of you may have heard she and her husband play in their band. But she did the voiceover for this, and so we're very thankful for her. So enjoy this brief video.
At the heart of Franklin's vibrant community lies a beacon of education, inspiration, and innovation. The Franklin Special District, or the FSD. Our narrative began over a century ago, and our story remains today a profound promise. Students first, excellence always, no exceptions. The FSD is more than just a school district. It's a vibrant educational family. This standard of excellence is at the forefront of all we do as we prioritise the unique journey of every student, ensuring that each step they take within our halls is grounded in a personalised and enriching experience. From the first tentative steps of our kindergartners to the confident strides of our 8th graders, the FSD charts a course of discovery, growth and achievement. Our teachers use their extensive experience and knowledge to give each student the environment they need to succeed. They are the compasses that guide our students through the ever-evolving landscape of learning. With robust curricula that challenge the intellect and extracurricular programs that build character, our students are equipped to navigate the complexities of the real world beyond our district's borders. They're not just educated, they are true learners. They're not just thinkers, they are effective doers. Students First is more than a mantra. It's the heartbeat of Franklin Special District. It's the commitment to listen attentively to the quietest of voices, to encourage the most hesitant of hands to be raised, and to inspire all students to reach their fullest potential. We understand that excellence is not a destination, but a continuous journey. And so we are relentless in our pursuit of the highest standards in education, ensuring every lesson, every project, and every assessment is infused with quality and care. Join us in this promise where each child's dream is cultivated with precision, passion, and purpose. Whether you're a parent seeking a place where your child will be seen, a teacher aspiring to inspire, or a community member wishing to be part of something transformative, the Franklin Special District welcomes you. Together, we'll continue to put students first, uphold excellence always, and make no exceptions. As the sun rises on each new school day, so does the promise of the FSD. We are preparing students for the challenges of today, but also for the triumphs of tomorrow. We are Franklin Special District, where every child is cherished, every potential is chased, and every day is a fresh opportunity to excel. Welcome to the place where futures are forged and history is written one student at a time. Welcome to the new FSD.
really all I had to do was show that video today. I didn't have to say anything because pictures, those videos speak for themselves, and it's very descriptive, we think, of what happens in our school district each and every day. We're very proud of the people that work here. We're very proud of our students and our families. That's who we are. And every time I watch it, I probably have watched it over 100 times, but I get chill bumps or goosebumps, whatever you want to have call those, but it happens every single time, because I'm so passionate and so proud to work in a place, in a community that values what we do each and every day. As you can see, you saw these, we have some step and repeats. We take different places, we have them here, but this is some of our new looks, and we think we're very proud of those. These are some of our sub-brands. Many of you may have had students go through Young Scholars. That'll be starting here in a few weeks. It's a summer program. So they have their part of the logo that is a sub-brand of the FSD brand. Our MAC program, Morning and Afternoon Care, some of you have had children in that program, as well as our Performing Arts Center that I mentioned earlier. And this is our digital campaign. It's a lot of opportunity. This is how we assess our branding initiative to see, okay, how's it going? And some of the key performance indicators that we look for: increased enrollment, leads on families that are interested possibly in our school district, positive community engagement, and also greater clarity in how the district is perceived in our community and elsewhere. We have a coordinated campaign, as I mentioned earlier. People can access this page from meta ads, a kiosk in our pack, and also a link on our website. And here are some of the initial results. And again, we've really only launched this in August, so we've not seen a lot, but we have seen some reduced misconceptions reflected in our media posts or in our social media interactions with people. Also increased engagement. We've had more families express interest in our school district, inquiries from both within Williamson County and outside Williamson County. Currently, we have students that are attending on a tuition basis from Davidson County, from Hickman County, from Murray County, Rutherford County. So we are attracting more and more students from outside the boundaries of Williamson County. We also believe, and we've heard from our community, that it is very refreshing. The branding refresh is, they feel like it's a modern identity that we now have. Again, not taking anything away from what we did in years past. And this was one of the taglines that came out of our brand refresh, and excellence has its own district. I wish I could take credit for the ownership of this, and I don't really know who the owner is. Susanna, our communication specialist, probably knows. Is it all Matt? We got to give Matt that credit too. Okay, Matt. I have to tell you, I was talking to the superintendent in Murfreesboro City, and I was telling, well, his wife used to work for us, and I think she went home and said, "You're not going to believe this tagline." So she told him, and he said, "I love it. I wish we had that in Murfreesboro City." I said, "Sorry, we copyrighted it." But no, we're very excited about the direction of where we're going. We've always been a school district that puts students first. We believe, as I said earlier, philosophy in teaching the whole child. We have some dedicated, passionate, very passionate leaders and teachers and other employees, our bus drivers. I mean, it is a really strong team, and we look at ourselves as a family, not just a school district, but a family. So thank you for allowing us to talk about our brand refresh, and now we're going to let you hear about some really great programs that are happening. Dr. Mary Decker, we'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Snowden. I'm so thrilled that you joined us today. Thank you and welcome. It is my pleasure to, as Dr. Snowden said, talk about some of the innovative programs that we have here at Franklin Special. And first, we're going to highlight our Introduction to Aerospace 8th grade high school credit course that we implemented this school year. And, you know, I really have to say, in large part, the team effort behind getting this class off the ground, pun intended, the support of our board and Dr. Snowden, teaching and learning, finance and administration. We have a wonderful teacher, as is the custom in Franklin Special with our teachers, and then our students, just beyond our wildest dreams, have connected with this course and with the opportunities that it presents for them, not only now and in high school, but in their lives beyond. They understood immediately. This course came about because of an Innovative School Models grant from the state of Tennessee. The idea behind Innovative School Models is to reimagine modes of time, space, and learning, and to even more strongly connect students in middle school with high school pathways to careers and potentially higher education, and then of course to their occupations and interests beyond high school, beyond certification opportunities, beyond post-secondary. So if you wouldn't mind, we are going to share with you a brief video. You'll see some of our students in this video, and they have the opportunity to work daily with Redbird J Velocity flight simulators, so you'll see those in action, and hope you enjoy.
In the next 20 years, the world will need more than 600,000 new pilots and almost 700,000 new technicians, according to Boeing's Pilot and Technician Outlook. Schools nationwide are preparing students for these and other high-paying and rewarding careers in aviation and aerospace. The FSD is the first district in Tennessee to offer an 8th grade elective called Introduction to Aerospace. This high school credit course is available at both Poplar Grove Middle and Freedom Middle Schools.
To sum up what you'll learn in taking Introduction to Aerospace, you'll receive a very solid foundation in the basics of flight, aeronautical engineering, all the STEM concepts associated with aerospace, and you'll be able to proceed then, if you wish, into the aerospace pathway in high school. When you continue to high school in Williamson County Schools, you will have a guaranteed seat in the Williamson County Schools aviation pathway. And that will open up the opportunity for a multitude of careers. You'll be potentially able to earn pilot certifications, and then later down the road, maintenance certifications. If you're interested in exploring the world of being an air traffic controller, an airport manager, a flight attendant, the opportunities really are endless. In the next 20 years, hundreds of thousands of aerospace-related jobs are opening up, and the world needs you to fill them. So taking this class really sets you up to take advantage of those opportunities.
We don't even know what opportunities it's going to open up because the field of aviation is changing so much. What we focus on is giving them the basics of the aeronautics so that no matter what technology comes out or what advances are made, that they can apply that to what they do. So if they're going into air traffic control, if they're interested in aircraft maintenance, if they're looking at aerospace engineering, still that knowledge that we're giving them of the basic aerodynamics and flight characteristics on the flight simulator will be beneficial for them. The biggest thing that I've seen that's really impressed me with our students is that they go home thinking about aviation. They're thinking about aerospace. And they'll come in the morning, they'll meet me in the hall and they'll be like, hey, Mr. Dollar, I saw this, or how would this work if this happened in the airplanes?
In this course, you'll use a high quality curriculum from the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association, an organization that is extremely supportive of all things aerospace. And you'll have the chance for hands-on flight instruction using a J Velocity Redbird simulator.
These simulators are designed to bring realistic aviation experiences into the classrooms. By combining ground training and flight simulation experiences, our aviation students will be prepared for the continuing coursework at the high school level.
Any 8th grader is eligible to take this class. We're looking for 8th grade students that are well-rounded students that have a wide variety of interests. We're not looking for the students who necessarily are our traditional honor students, but it does still have a level of rigor to it as a high school course.
In this class, you'll have a variety of hands-on experiences. You'll visit airports, military installations, air shows, just to name a few. You'll work with aerospace modules, creating different models, and then you'll have various guest speakers from the industry who will come to the class to mentor and speak with you. This is an exciting opportunity for our 8th grade students. It is amazing to see how the world of aviation is unfolding for them, connecting with interests they already have or sparking new passions as they begin to explore their future paths. I should have mentioned, you also saw in that video, we've added a couple more advanced simulators in addition to the Redbird J Velocity, the Redbird TD simulators that are actually FAA approved for flight instruction. So students can potentially log hours toward eventually earning a private pilot license. But I should also emphasize, we are hoping that there will be students who their interest is piqued to become a pilot or an aircraft maintainer, an airport manager, an air traffic controller, an aeronautical engineer. There are so many opportunities in aviation that we're hoping we can fill some of those needs. And it's really been a pleasure, like I said, to see the students connect so quickly and so wholeheartedly with this opportunity. Once they complete the Introduction to Aerospace course in 8th grade in Franklin Special, eventually students will be able to continue in Williamson County Schools if they choose, with the aerospace pathway there as well. Okay, so I'm going to continue talking a little bit about another STEM opportunity that we have in Franklin Special. And I should say that all of our students have STEM, science, technology, engineering and math, or STREAM opportunities. STREAM is where reading and the arts are also included in that acronym, because those concepts are built into our science curricula. But then we have some further opportunities as well. And first I have to mention that just last week, Johnson Elementary School received a STREAM designation from the Tennessee Department of Education. We have over 70 plus schools in Williamson County, and they are the only one with this STREAM designation. STREAM schools, they emphasize math and science instruction, but really they have an eye toward, just like with Introduction to Aerospace, they have an eye toward the future and preparing students for careers, preparing students to collaborate effectively, to problem solve, to work together, to figure out what the next step might be in any problem with which they're faced. So we're very proud of Johnson Elementary. Want to give them a shout out. They went through quite a bit of preparation, site visits from the TDOE. They had to demonstrate their strong curricula, professional learning, community partnerships, all with regard to STREAM. You'll also notice, if you haven't had a chance, I encourage you to take a look before you leave. We have some trifolds over here on the side of the room. These are from projects created by our intermediate and middle school Corvidae creators. And this is a program created by and led by one of our middle school teachers, Ms. Angie Tisdale. Students in the Corvidae Creators Program, it's really an invention and entrepreneurship program. They work together to identify a real life problem, and then they come up with a plan to solve it through an invention. They pitch that plan to leaders both from within Franklin Special and from the community. They get advice and mentoring and support. They come up with a project, an invention, and they present it at local and state competitions, and they've been extremely successful. We actually have, from Franklin Special, 5 teams advancing to the Invention Convention, which is a national event that'll be at the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan in early June. And again, when we talk about the importance of STEM and STREAM, yes, it's to emphasize math and science, education and technology, but it's also really to prepare students for what comes next. And Corvidae Creators is most definitely a great example of that.
As I mentioned, Dr. Esslinger in this building and other responsibilities, Dr. Decker has been extremely significant in the development of that aerospace program, which we're excited about. And then the other thing that I'll mention, and Dr. Decker and I were speaking in the first semester, and Williamson County is building a brand new facility that's going to house a lot of career and technical programs, including an aviation pathway. So we were concerned that, okay, what happens to our 8th graders this year, because that facility is not going to be ready for next year for the aviation path. So we had a conversation. We have a great partnership with Williamson County Schools. So we asked them, what if we were to teach the 9th grade course in one of our middle schools next year, and then the students, maybe obviously first thing in the morning, then they could be transported to their high schools. And they were agreeable. Mr. Dollar, our instructor, was agreeable. So next year, our 8th graders who are in that program and they want to continue down that pathway can actually take the next step, the next course in our school, and again, transition to or go to their high school. Usually it's Centennial or Franklin, as soon as their course is over for that day. So that's we think is huge for our students, instead of them having to wait a year until that building is complete. So Dr. Decker, thanks for your helping in discussing that with Williamson County. So Mary,
Thank you.
Mindy, I'm sorry. Mindy, anything else that you want? I mean, we'll entertain, some questions.
So, tell us how many students overall in your district in the 8 schools?
Approximately 3,300.
And Mayor Moore he didn't ask me to clarify, but it's a special district because it is not controlled by the city of Franklin or Board of Mayor and Aldermen, correct?
That is correct. As Mindy said, or maybe it was earlier, we talked about it started in 1906 as a city school district, and then it transitioned to a special school district. I think the city really wanted to get out of the education business, Mayor, back then.
And just to, not everyone who lives in the city of Franklin and is a pre-K or K through 8 goes to the Franklin Special School District, correct? The district is limited in its geographic. This is that nerdy stuff that I know, and so I'm just going to share it. Go ahead. Tell us a little bit about how the district is limited.
Well, yes, the boundaries were frozen by the Tennessee legislature and proposed by local legislators. I think in the, don't hold me to that date. Yeah, I think it was in the 90s. So the boundaries are frozen, and they were, at one point, I think the boundaries were synonymous with the corporate city limits. But at that point, that's no longer the case.
So we got a great audience here today made up of parents as well as just community members. How can the community assist the Franklin Special District, I'm going to teach myself, Franklin Special District as supporters and in supporting programs and teachers and students? How can they be an engaged citizen?
Well, I think we're always looking for volunteers, people that want to come into the schools and read to students. We are a very diverse school district. I know we're sitting in the middle of one of the wealthiest counties in the state and as well as probably nationwide, but we have about 40% of our students that are on free and reduced lunch and free and reduced meals. So now, those students can learn just as well as a person or a child that comes from a family of high socioeconomic status. However, sometimes they need some additional help, and other students too. It's not just poor children that need additional resources. But so we always are looking for opportunities to volunteer. We've had a partnership. This is our second year with United for Hope. Marion heads that up from Operation Andrew. So any opportunity you have, and also tell others about the Franklin Special District. As I said earlier, we now have students that are coming to us from outside the boundaries of our school district, outside the boundaries of Williamson County. And we think that's good. People are willing to drive their children that kind of distance because of what we offer here in the district.
And always looking for teachers and growing with the community. So that's great. Everybody has a folder next to you or that you picked up. Susanna Gentry, the communications director here, prepared those for you. Please take them home, share that information. If you have any questions, obviously your school board members, Dr. Snowden, Dr. Eslinger, Dr. Decker, are able to answer your questions. And let's thank them and for their hospitality. So I wanted to say thanks to Chase Harper for being here this morning and Jim Gilliam, who were involved in the construction of this campus with Chase with Nabholz and Jim with Wold. So it's great to see it being used, I would imagine, being used for the community's approach. So again, I mentioned our next Frank Talks will be June 9th, I believe it is, and we hope to be at the Enrichment Center. If you pre-registered, we have your email so we can add you to learn about our upcoming events and programs. But also, if you want to be engaged and did not pre-register, please get one of our sign-up sheets and get on there so we can get you engaged in the community. To the first-time attendees, thank you very much. And we will see you in June. And go out and make it a great day.